Okay, hey, Ashley, and I'm coming in one more again. I know it's been a long time. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm coming back, I promise. But I wanted to come in really quickly to do a quick braid out video. I get this video requested a lot. I told y'all before I would love to like kind of record from start to finish and you guys can actually see what I do. But I can't edit right now, so I can only really do one take videos. But I did do a braid out last night, so I wanted to come and show you guys the result. I did just wash my hair. I used my usual products, my olive oil shampoo and conditioner by Organic Root Stimulator. Nothing has changed. I did a deep condition with a shower cap on for maybe about 45 minutes. After I did that, I washed it out and I used my Affinity green tea and keratin reconstructor. Sprayed some of that on. A little bit of the Affinity leave-in conditioner. I use a heat protectant even though I didn't put any heat on my hair. I just generally do. I don't know. Just in case later I do. And I use this Paul Mitchell heat seal. I put a little oil on my scalp. I use this Talia Wajid African Healing Oil. I put this on my hair while it was still wet, just all over my scalp, and then worked it in. And then to actually, for styling, I use this curling foam. You can use whatever you like. If you use a foam like this, you use a setting lotion, whatever product that you use so that your hair will hold and set really well, you can use that. So I'm going to start taking these out just to let you guys know what I did. But it's basically like any other setting style. It's like incredibly simple. But obviously, depending on your end result, that'll determine the size of braids that you want to do. So I don't know if you can see mine, but I think they're kind of like medium size. If you want a really defined curl pattern, then you might want to do some really small ones. And if you want a looser, more full wave, not as defined, then you would do larger ones. But I kind of tried to do them in the middle. I did kind of part as I went. You don't necessarily have to do that. A lot of times when it's late at night and I'm doing it, I just haphazardly grab some hair and put it in the braid just because I don't feel like dealing with it. But I try and be very careful in the front because I like my part on this side. I part it here and then have the braids going in two different directions the way that I want them to go. So I just did like 3 large ones here and then a couple on this side. When I got to the front, I kind of did 4 here. You see how these are just lined up? I don't know if you can. One by one. Just one huge braid per section. But then when I got here, I split it into 4s. Just so it'll be a little bit more defined right here in the front of my face where you're going to see it the most. But I put the foam and mousse all over my hair to start. And then if I needed a little bit more on each section, I did that. So like I said, part them however big or small that you want them to be. And then just do the braid. And then after I braid it up, I'll use a perm rod on the end just to finish the ends so they'll have a little bump in them when I take them out. I always use a little extra product on my ends. Look at this one, he's tripping because of the way I slept. I always use a little extra product on my ends because it's nothing worse than having a really finished, polished look and then your ends are just scraggly and puffy and crazy looking. So I always try and make sure that those are really tied down really good so I will have a good end on them. But like I said, part of however you want to. I just try and be a little more deliberate in the front because this is what's actually going to be seen in my face. And then in the back, I just parted row by row and then just did larger braids. I don't know how well you guys can see those, but it's a really, really simple look. It's a lot of chicks on YouTube who've done braid out videos. It's kind of like my go-to lazy do. You can sit under the dryer after you braid it, but I typically just let it air dry because it's easier for me. And most times when I do the braid out, I'm doing it at night, so I'm just getting ready to go to bed or whatever anyway. And you just take the braids down like so. So I usually don't sit under the dryer. So I put the heat protectant in, I guess just in case. There have been times when I've like sat under the dryer for maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Just to kind of get the process started and then go on to sleep and let it dry the rest of the way. When I went to sleep, I tied it down with this net. I use the net because wanted them to air dry. So the times before when I've used like a satin bonnet or something that was a little more closed, they didn't, when I woke up in the morning, they weren't always dry. And it's kind of, I mean, it depends on your style, but obviously if you want a really defined curl pattern or wave pattern, the key to getting that is letting your hair completely dry. I washed it last night, but by the time I started braiding, my hair wasn't soaking wet. I towel dried it really well, and then I put the product in it, so it was a little damp, and by the time I finished, a lot of it had air dried anyway. And I prefer it that way just so I don't have to worry about by the time I wake up in the morning, it's not finished and drying, and then you're gonna have some kind of puffy pieces where it hasn't dried completely and the pattern won't be defined. So some will be really nice and curled, and then the other ones will just be puffed all out the place, you know what I mean? So I try and have it damp, not wet, when I'm braiding, just so it will ease at the drying time. But if you plan on sitting under the dryer or whatever, you don't have to worry about anything like that, because it'll dry completely out. But my hair is thick, y'all know it's super thick, so sometimes it takes a little longer for it to dry. So I just like it to kind of be damp when I'm braiding, wet enough so that it will take the set, but not so wet that I'm waking up in the morning trying to, you know, use the hand blow dryer to make it look like something. But you're just gonna take the braids out, and then fluff it up. I'm probably not gonna finish the whole head on video, just really do the front, and then hopefully I'll have another video. I want to do like a general hair talk video a little bit later, maybe on today, so hopefully you guys can see the full finished product of it then. But I love a braid outs. It's just like a really simple look. It doesn't take very much to do, you know what I mean? Braid outs was something that my mom used to do for me when I was a little, because you can imagine how much hair I had when I was a kid, and especially before I was getting relaxers, it was just a lot to deal with. So oftentimes on Saturday nights, she would wash my hair and she would put it into some ponytails, and she would braid up the ponytails, put rollers on the bottom, and for Sunday morning she would take those braids out, take the roller off, and have me some little crinkly ponytails. And that would be that. And for the rest of the week, she just braid them suckers back up at night, put a roller on it, pull them down, and just kind of straighten up the ponytail every morning for school. And that was that, because it was easy, you know, had a little style, but it wasn't a whole lot to do. You didn't have to deal with all my hair. But hopefully you guys can get the picture of exactly what it looks like. Of course, I'm supposed to be on my way to work. Y'all know I'm struggle sixes over here. But I just want to kind of take them out and let you guys see how it looks. I'll probably just do the front, like I said, on camera, the finished product. But there are tons and tons and tons and tons of braid out videos on YouTube. But I know that some people have been like harassing me, not harassing, but asking me, when are you gonna do a braid out video? When are you gonna do the braid out video? And I wanted to do it, and I've actually recorded like a full start to finish, showing you how I part, how I braid, all the products used, that kind of thing. And I just wasn't able to edit it. So last night I knew I needed to wash my hair, and I didn't feel like straightening it or really dealing with it at all. I'm so over my hair, y'all. Like, for real, I'm so over it. I'm talking about that in the video. So I thought I'd just do a braid out because it's easy. So that's what I did. And I figured, well, let me go ahead and record something, because I know so many people ask about it all the time. And if I would have done a video with the braid out, it would have been okay, but where's the braid out video though? You know. But yeah, I hope that all you guys are doing well. I know I ain't been in here in so long, but I'm coming back, I promise. Hopefully this weekend I'll have some videos up and have some other stuff to share with you guys. I haven't really been shopping or nothing, so I don't know. I'll talk about that in other videos. This is about braid out. But anyway, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, you braid as large or small as you want, depending on the definition that you like. And like I was saying before, you want your hair to be completely dry if you want a really defined look. I have done them before where it wasn't intentional, but it turned out amazing, where I did some larger braids, and I had to go somewhere and take them out. You know, I was getting ready to go somewhere, so I needed to take them out, and they weren't completely dry. You know, there was some pattern, but it wasn't completely dry. There was still some really damp areas. So I had some parts of the braids that were puffy, that were a lot more full and weren't as defined, but it looks great all over my hair. It was just really big hair. It definitely wasn't as calm and tamed as this is right here. It was just really big, beautiful hair, and I loved it. I thought it was perfect for the event that I was going to and everything. So it's all about your personal style, what you want to accomplish. Like I said, if you want it to be perfect and defined, then you're going to make some perfect little parts and make sure you have a good amount of product on your hair and braid beautifully and put that roll on the end so everything can kind of be uniform. But if it's not that serious to you, and if you like, I would consider it a more natural look, you know, with kind of different patterns of curl in your hair, not so defined everywhere, and you just want it really big, then it doesn't necessarily have to be dry completely, and you don't have to do the little small perfect braids. You know what I hate? When you braiding and then the 3 strands of the braid, one of them just gets thin all of a sudden, so you gotta pull from another one to continue to braid, but then when it's time to take them out, they don't want to come out that easily. Yeah, that's what's going on right here. All right, but anyway, so hopefully you guys can see the wave pattern there. And I just fluff it up a little bit. I'm gonna do the back after I get off of camera. But just fluff it so it looks full and nice. You can spray a little oil sheen on it. Every night when I get ready to go to bed, I usually braid it back up. I just find the parts, just separate it and find where the parts were, like there, and braid it back up. And then I sleep with a satin bonnet on my hair. The first few days I usually find the parts and do the perfect little braids back, but after a while I just get tired and I just do whatever kind of braids. So then I just have, you know, braids all over hair. But I think the style definitely looks better older, and it looks better when it looks more, you know, natural to me, just kind of doing its own thing. So I hope you guys get the gist of this. I know it's probably not exactly what you wanted when you asked for a braid out video. But like I said, right now this is all that I can give you guys, but I hope that you can kind of get the point of what I did. If you have any questions, anything that wasn't made clear, or anything else you want to know about the braid out process, definitely leave a comment below, and I'll answer you guys, let you know whatever you need to know. But like I said, very simple look, very easy, one of my go-tos, especially now that it's so freaking hot. It's like a high 94 today. What? Like, this makes no sense. And it's just June, so August is gonna be, I can't even imagine. I'm just be in the house, okay? Because that's just how hot it's gonna be. But like I said, very, very simple. It doesn't take a lot. And like if you don't really like to define, like, you don't have to completely do the braids back every single night and do it all perfect. You can just let it rock and just see what happens. Just fluff it every morning. Spray a little oil on it, you know, to give it a little sheen, if you wanted to have a little sheen, and just keep it moving. But yeah, this is it. I don't want to keep y'all very long. Not to mention, I'm supposed to be walking out of the door to go to work. So, like I said, you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Anything that wasn't made clear, just ask below. I hope you guys can see it, hopefully. But yeah, that's it. See you guys in the next one.